Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. I hope everyone is doing okay. So last night I came up with a meal plan, and it was two bean meals, it was two rice meals, it was two chicken meals, one pasta meal, and one. So then I divided the week up so it wouldn't be too tedious. Last night I made sausage and baked beans. Tonight I'm making chicken rice bowls. I could have saved this for the chicken night, but I have a really good chicken. I have a really good chicken meal I want to make. So I had some chicken tenderloins that I got at Walmart, and I cut them in little pieces. And now I'm frying them up. I have, let's see, pepper, garlic powder, and seasoned salt, to flavor my chicken up. So I got a good video for you guys. Watch this video, 3 prophetic warning dreams. Brace yourself, Pastor Dana Monarch Lifestyle. So I found this on Mrs. Cindy MP Camp, I think. It's a lady that I followed. And so, I checked out her recommendation. So see how good my chicken looks? And this is a meal in minutes. So what he is doing is he is actually warning people, brace yourself before the end of the year. I think that's good advice. I mean, you don't have to get a word from the Lord, but if you do, that makes it all the more, good. So what I'm doing is I'm stockpiling food and water and change. This is something he mentioned. And I'm stockpiling food, water, gas, cash, and a weapon, but $20 bills and change. Okay, we had this situation where the looters actually set the bank on fire. Yes. Okay, so now I'm going to pour some teriyaki sauce on my chicken. So I want quite a bit. I want to be able to taste this on my chicken. So I'm going to turn this down a tiny bit because I don't want my teriyaki sauce burning. Okay, so now back over here. So what was bad is because this happened, I would have had to go down on one end of the street to another bank where the protests were still going on, or else I would have had to go to a different city. So what I did is I waited, and I went down to Oklahoma City. So better to be prepared. And he mentions September and November. But what I think is really, really important, so I made some white rice. Notice my new bowl. I got it 99 cents only. So I want to make sure I have heat, and I have been trying to stockpile, coats. And you go to the local thrift store and you try to get those flannel shirts that used to be everywhere, forget it. So I want to switch up my food storage. I have enough food now to last me for a while. And what I want to do is I want to gear up for preparing. So I'm switching things up a little, and so I pretty much have stockpile. If you don't, just keep stockpiling a little bit at a time. Here's what I will be buying: meat, fish, poultry, eggs, dairy products, fresh vegetables and fruits, nuts and seeds. As to why they separate nuts and seeds, I don't really know. Okay, you can use, if you don't have teriyaki sauce, you can use soy sauce, Salt, pepper, and sugar. That's going to give you good. And then I steamed some carrots because that's just what I had. And after they were steamed, and this will taste good on my rice. So this is a nice big rice bowl. Let me give you a close-up. So one of the ways we can prepare is, you know, we've got the big bags of rice, we've got the big bags of beans, and now we're going to have to make food with them to use up our stockpiles. So the sausage and baked beans was good too. And so this is and then I saved some tea that I made. Of course, you know, no sense making life miserable. I bought this at 99 cents only. I got my tea 50% off. So all that's still going on. Nothing's going to change there. So I'm going to switch up gears now. So, one of the things I'm going to do is halt spending entirely. Today I bought some gas. I'm not talking about going without gas. That's stupid. But I am talking about no spending. We don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully this is just some kind of, you know, everything is going to be okay. Let's prepare for the worst and hope for the best. So I am going to be buying a little food, but mainly I'm going to be making these cheap meals with my stockpile and eating the food down that I already have. So I want to eat and use everything up in the house. So okay, I have a whole bunch of boxes of cereal, so I want to eat my cereal up. I have a whole bunch of powdered milk, so I want to, you know, eat my cereal and powdered milk up. I usually eat that for breakfast. I have a lot of lunch meat and cheese. I want to eat lunch meat and cheese. Today I had tuna and crackers. That's another good stockpile meal. I just happen to like that, and I drank Diet Coke with it. But I also like crackers and cheese or crackers and peanut butter. You know, any kind of meat is good. Little salads, you know, like tuna or chicken salads are good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm only going to buy a minimal amount of stuff. Like tomorrow when I go to the store, I will pick up an extra package of toilet paper. There's, you know, what's worrisome out here, you guys? We had we had this rent forgiveness thing. It expires the 30th of June. And also, I don't know what's going to happen with these people if they don't get a forbearance. I would expect a massive loss of homes. Let's hope not, but that's what I would. You know, the problem is if you can't pay your rent during the first wave, how are you going to pay your rent during the second wave? So it's very dangerous. And also, I have noticed at times the stores will almost be empty. Also, in some of the stores, the cheese and the meat is very scanty. Okay, and I am purging myself. I'm doing the feng shui, and I am purging myself of excess stuff. Or, you know, stuff that I can't sell. You know how we all have, like, stuff that is really, I mean, you could hang on to it, but it needs to be purged. Then I'm preparing for evacuation. So if you want to see what it was like here, go to La Mesa, California protests. And I mean, it was wild. I mean, it's like, I was thinking to myself, I cannot believe this is happening because I live in a good area. But it happened. And so if things get really bad, I'm getting out of here. Because there are even better areas than this that are safer. And so I heard two predictions that I am taking heed. One is massive death from the COVID. But this time, people are going to be oh well, they're not going to be concerned. There's massive death from the COVID. People are just okay with it. That's just the way it is. Do you remember a few months ago I reported to you guys that these Mormon women and children were murdered in South America? People were like, well, yeah, that happened. Well, that's what they're saying, so in some circles, going to happen with this massive death in the U.S. from COVID. People are so desensitized. It's not going to be, oh well, if they get it. Another thing is, I mentioned a recession is when your neighbor doesn't have a job. A depression is when you don't have a job. Okay, and then another bad thing that could happen, you call the police, but they are not going to come. They're going to defund the police, and the police are not coming. So I am preparing to defend myself until I can evacuate if needs be. Okay, one more thing. So I just wanted to mention all that stuff to my followers. And if you have to evacuate, my God, take your food with you. And have it in your mind, okay, where am I going to go? You know, just don't take out on the road. And what I like is, I like seasoned salt on my rice and pepper. So you guys, try this. Now, if you have any good rice recipes, please leave them under comments. Your comments have been really awesome. Get notebooks, you guys, and write the good comments in the notebooks. I pray for you guys every night. If you need food, go to the food banks and go to the pantries now. Go to the welfare department and pile your food up as much as you can now, just in case any of these prophecies come true. Okay, they might not come in everyone's area. After the protests I could see here, I could really imagine it. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.